what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Oscar and we're at SOS Custom. Today we're talking about my car collection. One of these cars is gonna have to go behind me. We're gonna talk about what and why. Right now we are at the new R-Spec facility over here in Vista, California. This has been a passion project of me and my brother and TJ. This is something we've been building for a while. And before we were 100% open to the public, I wanted to use our brand new facility. Talk about my collection. Not my full collection, but the cars that run. We're gonna start off with the 996. So this is something that I just got, I want to say about maybe 8 months ago. I've been doing little things here and there. So far, we swapped the wheels to some GT3 wheels, 996 GT3 wheels. Upgraded the brakes, pads, rotors, lines, all that stuff like that. Put a set of coilovers. In the next video, you're gonna see full transformation on this thing. Just don't know if we're gonna paint it or wrap it. But this car, I actually got it from a Honda Civic, believe it or not. I don't know if you guys remember back in the channel, I would say maybe about 4 years ago, I started off with the EK hatchback. I got it as a little side project, a little side quest, and a little bit of an accident, fixed it, gave it that Type R treatment, made it look, you know, Type R lip, Type R wing, painted everything, and it was a real nice car. You know, I had some nice wheels, coilovers, it just looked clean. I ended up selling it to my buddy. We K-swapped it for him. That was all on the channel and stuff like that. Sold that. Ended up hopping into a 1958 Volkswagen Bug, completely different type of car. It was a patina build, which means I left the patina on there, but I kind of built everything else around it, like brand new interior, nice set of wheels, all new chrome, but left the patina on there to kind of give it that, man, it's beat up, but it's nice at the same time. Ended up selling that, hopping into an E30, something I've always wanted. Did my version of E30 build, which was motor swap, really nice paint job, really nice M-Tech interior with the M-Tech kit. The car was immaculate when it was all done. And after I sold that, I've hopped into this 996, and this has been my first 911, not my first Porsche. First Porsche was a 914. Built that from ground up, sold it, got into a Bronco, and I'm still into Broncos. I got a lot of Broncos, but regardless, this is my first 911, not my last for sure. But the goal is to fix this one up and maybe hop into another 911 or hop back into a BMW. I don't know, man. I'm just showing you guys that you start from a Civic, work your way up to something like this. Now this is the beginner's 911. This is the ugly 911 that everybody, you know, hates. But to be honest, I've been doing my research on them, and I really like how this car is very much analog, very driver oriented. A GT3 bumper, .2 bumper. I got a .2 spoiler, and some other things that we're gonna be doing to it to just kind of make it how I would want it. Like if it was my car to keep. Eventually, it's gonna be for sale. So if you might be interested in something like that, slide in my DMs right there. But this is a car that it's not 100% done, it's not perfect, but it is going to be something that you guys are going to see on the channel very soon. Up next, we got my 1999 Nissan Skyline. Now, although this car looks fully equipped to be a GTR maybe, it's not really that. It's the most basic B Skyline that you'll ever see, but it does have a lot of goodies. So we have a Urus full GTR style kit, which includes rear over fenders, rear bumper, side skirts, front fenders, which are like the Z-Tune style front bumper. I've also included Z-Tune style hood, upgraded to GTR Brembos front and rear. The Falcon Zen on there with the CE28 pressed graphite with the polished lip. Got the eBay special headlights. I really like the look of these with the clear centers. It just looks a little bit more updated versus like the old school amber. I really like this car a lot because, to be honest, it's always been a dream of mine to own a Skyline, right-hand drive Skyline. Now it's not the GTR that I would have wanted. This car actually came to me as a trade. I had my E46, gonna take a blue M3 for sale for a while. This guy offered me a Skyline. Now, it didn't look exactly like this when I got it. We wrapped it in the Millennium Jade and did some stuff to it, but this was pretty much the shell of the car. Now it looks just as good, you know, looks really good, but I had plans of doing a little bit more with this car, doing the RB25 swap. You know, it's an automatic. Definitely was gonna do all that swap, but now I have to put this thing for sale. One thing that I like to do every couple years is just swap out the cars. You know, last year I had an E30 the E46 M3, whatever, I had like a E91 wagon. I had a bunch of BMWs.
A ton of BMWs.
Got rid of the BMWs and switched it up to these. But one of my all-time favorite cars, I wish it had the performance side down, and it was something that eventually I was gonna do, but I wanted to kind of test what the market was going for, and I got kind of what I was looking for. So this car is for sale, and I think this week it's gonna be picked up. So we'll have to wait and see, but we didn't get a lot on the channel this one because I was in the middle of kind of putting things together on this thing, but it didn't end up how I wanted to, so it's gonna be gone. I'm not gonna miss the performance because this thing was like a Nissan Altima on the road. It was the car that got me the most attention. Anywhere I go in this car, people are recording, people are breaking their neck. It's like, dude, anytime you take this car out, everyone's like, holy shit, dude, like this, you know, and I get it, because I would have been the same thing. I was like, dude, it's freaking Skyline. Not a GTR, but it got that GTR look. I'm gonna miss it, man. It's one of my favorite cars, for sure. I definitely will be back in the Skyline very soon, though. And last but not least, we have my 1966 Mustang Fastback.
This one's a bit different from you though, Oscar. You have the BMW, you got the Porsche.
So
you've always been kind of at least in my eyes, you've always been kind of a Euro person.
Yeah, so one thing about me is that I ain't got no type. Like that's my problem. I wish I had one huge interior garage where I can just keep these things AC climate controlled and everything like that. I wish I had that, but I'm a fan of every type of car. Every manufacturer has their special cars. Ford Fastback, one of my favorite vehicles. It's one of the first real hot rods and stuff like that. They call them a pony car. You know, it's one of the cars that got it started. Then the Chevy came out with the Camaro, and then Chrysler came out with the Cuda and stuff like that, and everybody was kind of in that muscle car rate. Fastback is one of my favorite cars just because the type of heritage it comes with. GT350 that did all the races back then. Ford with the Ford GT beating Ferrari. Like that's something like it's super cool because it's like very grassroots. You know, you have these supercars from the Italian and you got some American power. This signifies for me one of my cars that I've always wanted. It's probably the car that I held on to the most out of any of my cars. It's very sentimental to me because this car was one of the first build cars on YouTube for me. One of the first ones I started that I did like the full, it was a crash car, and you guys remember, those of you guys that have been watching the channel for that long, I appreciate you. This was one of my biggest projects that I ever took on, major wreck and restoration at the same time. So, you know, fixing it from the accident, getting it on the road, getting it running, doing a small rebuild on the motor, suspension, everything has been redone, everything has been touched on this car. So it's been a very long project. I just recently switched out the inserts on the seats too. I'm always like, I'm at the point right now that I'm about to put the T37s on the thing. That's like, that's how bored I am with this car. For me, that's why I usually sell the cars, because once I've done what I've wanted to do on them, there's really no point for me to do it, you know? Or where it's like to the point where it's like, I can do this, right? Like, but it's gonna cost me so much more. Is my selling point really gonna be worth it? Like on my E30 or my 840, I wanted to always put BBSs on those cars. But if I put like $5,000, $6,000 wheels, would that return be there? Probably not, you know what I mean? But both of the owners that I sold them to put BBSs on them. So that's like, it's kind of like that type of deal, right? It's like I try to get them ready to go. I may switch them out to torque thrust. I like the wheels, but I don't know, I want something more muscle car. I like the finish, it kind of goes with the car. But it gets to the point where I've seen this car this way. I want something different. I want it to change. You know what I mean? So I can fall back in love with it. So I did the interior. Let's take a look at the interior. So it's a little bit under construction in here. So I went ahead and swapped out the inserts and like the door inserts with houndstooth. If you guys follow the channel, these were actually the same material that we used on TJ's GT3, that picnic spec seat cloth. We had a little bit left over, and so I ended up using it for my car. I also swapped out the steering wheel to a wood steering wheel. I had the original steering wheel on there still. I still have the original stereo, believe it or not. That's the original radio, original AC. This car is very special because it was ordered with a bench seat or a split bench, AC, automatic. So it's like, it's a very rare spec. Engine bay, pretty stock. I got headers on it and stuff like that. But other than that, it's just got the Shelby trims, you know, the Monte Carlo bar, aluminum radiator. There's always little things that I want to do to it, but it comes to the point like this car's always been very reliable to me. I got coilovers on it, customer end, a bunch of little things to it. But it's, you guys know me, my brother is the one that's like into the fast cars. He always has big turbo stuff like that. For me, it's always been about being very clean, very subtle, very nice paint job, nice stance. The car run and performs well, and it's very, you know, reliable. Everything just, you can get in and drive. You don't have to worry about it. I do have one drag car that I'm building, but that's in the near future. You guys will have to wait and see. If you guys been watching this on the channel, you guys would know that this thing was complete, utter chaos. A customer had it at another body shop, and they told them that, you know, it's gonna cost about $35,000 to get this thing back together. So he came to me asking, hey, can you do better than that? And I was like, hey man, that's a starting price range. You don't even really know what you're gonna get into it until you get into it. You know, he asked me, what should I do? I was like, you should probably sell it as is, because even if you put maybe 35, maybe you'll be able to get something in better condition at that point. That's not been in an accident. So then that's when we started talking business. I was like, man, I'd buy it off of you as a project car to restore, but I mean, you see it's gonna cost $35,000 to restore. I'm not gonna give you anywhere what you're probably asking for. So if this guy wants it out of here, I'd pick it up in a tow truck and I give him $5,000 for it, and that's how I ended up with this 1966 Mustang Fastback. Just recently listed it. I listed it for $66,000. It's a 1966. I've had a couple offers. Nobody's really come to look at the car yet. I haven't put a bunch of nice pictures of it yet. That's kind of for a reason. I want to enjoy it this summer. I know if I have the nice pictures and all the description right, it's gonna catch more eyes, and then people are gonna want to come look at it, and maybe it might sell. And I don't know if I'm 100% ready to let this one go yet. I am going to be letting go of the Skyline. As soon as the 996 is done, I am going to be listing that as well. And if those two sell in a good amount of time, then I might be interested in listing this one and put the money from this together and put the money from those two together and maybe get something real special. Here it is, man. So now it comes down to, am I going to put the Mustang up for sale? Yeah, it's up for sale, like I said, you know. It's like, I have a couple more things done to it. I think might be a little bit more comfortable putting it up for sale. This car is just, it means a lot to me because it's always been one of my favorite cars since I was a little kid. You know, Mustang Fastback. You know, it's not the Eleanor, you know, it's a 66, not a 67. To me, I always like the GT350 race cars. For me, like, I'm not really into like the high-end luxury cars and stuff. Like, for me, this right here is, damn, you made it. You know what I mean? It's like, this is a very big status symbol for me as far as the type of car, you know, for me being a car guy. I love cars, and I can't get enough of everything. Every time I see a car, my most favorite thing about it is the build. You know what I mean? Like, see the car and, you know, oh, I need to get this, and getting all the parts, opening all the parts. It's like Christmas every time you do it. When you get to the point where there's not really a whole lot you can do to it, what's next? And so I think I got here finally with this car, and I think it's time to really post it for sale and, you know, see what's out there. I don't know what I would get if I sold all these three cars. I would probably have a good chunk of change. I probably could get a real GTR. I've always wanted an air-cooled Porsche, so that could be two. Or I could get a bunch of other cars and just do everything I just did. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's a very tough. I want to know what the channel thinks. And you guys have been here for most of all these cars, and you guys seen some of these cars get built. I really want to this year push more on seeing what the channel wants and what the channel wants to do, because it makes me happy to be able to share all these experiences with myself, my brother, all our customer cars, and have you guys see them and see the build and maybe get inspired to build something of your own. So I'm gonna end it with that. I want to see the comments, guys. See what you guys think. See what's next. SOS Garage, our Spec Garage, and everything from there. So guys, have not subbed, please do us a favor. Make sure to sub and go ahead and follow us on IG. We'll go ahead and drop our links right here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and here at SOS Customs, we got you covered. Peace.